Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, March 8th, 2017. For All Western New York News and Radio, I'm Scott Leffler. Super windy today, but sunny, with a high near 45. Partly cloudy overnight with a low around 28. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 37. What's in the news? Attorney General Eric Schneiderman announced that he has obtained 7 settlements with online third-party sellers from across the country who used Amazon.com to sell prohibited toy guns to New Yorkers. The companies together illegally sold more than 2,000 toy guns across the state, and combined, they were fined $44,000. The state prohibits the sale of black toy guns or toy guns that look like the real deal. Joseph Lombardo, age 25 of Lancaster, who's convicted of possession and receipt of child pornography, was sentenced to 188 months in prison and lifetime supervised release. Prosecutors say Lombardo had sexual relations with 3 females under the age of 16 after having coerced them to send him naked photos of themselves and then coerced them into sex in exchange for not releasing the naked photos. Police news. Jackson Elementary School on South Jackson Street in Batavia was evacuated this morning due to a nearby fire at an apartment house. The students, who were all unharmed, were temporarily sent to Sacred Heart Church on Sumner Street and bused home beginning at 11:30 a.m. If no one was home, students were returned to the church. Officials say that the fire started in the back apartment of the building and then spread to a workshop attached to the building. A pedestrian was taken to Erie County Medical Center Tuesday night with head and leg injuries after being struck by a vehicle while crossing Niagara Falls Boulevard in Amherst. According to Amherst PD, 34-year-old Anthony A. Roush was crossing on the north side of the intersection of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Maple Road when he was struck by a 2009 Chevrolet driven by 20-year-old Justin M. Poole of Tonawanda. Police say Roush was not crossing with the light, but he was in or very close to the crosswalk. The traffic light was green for northbound Niagara Falls Boulevard traffic. The intersection was dark and the pavement was wet from light rain at the time of the incident. The incident remains under investigation. A 29-year-old Wilson woman and a 31-year-old Lockport man are facing drug charges following an early morning warrant executed on Prospect Street in Lockport yesterday. According to Niagara County Sheriff Jim Vautour, the Niagara County Drug Task Force, along with New York State Police Special Operations Response Team, executed a search warrant around 6:37 a.m. at 58 Prospect Street, where it was suspected that methamphetamine was being manufactured. Arrested at the residence were Joshua D.N. Shubik and Mary L. Wagner. Both were charged with third-degree unlawful manufacture of methamphetamine and seventh-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance. A prisoner being arraigned on a felony charge at the Charlotte Town Court escaped custody of the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office Tuesday morning. According to the Sheriff's Office, 34-year-old Jacob M. Rayner is about 170 pounds and 6 feet tall. He was last known to be handcuffed and wearing a black shirt and hat. More than 24 hours later, he remains on the lam. The public is asked to call 911 with any information about his whereabouts. Niagara Falls emergency crews were called to 18th Street and Linwood Avenue shortly after 4 p.m. Tuesday for a reported shooting. We're still waiting on more details from the incident, which we'll share when we have them. Buffalo police, meanwhile, made an arrest this morning from a shooting that happened Monday night. More details on that still on the way. A 20-year-old Panama man was charged Saturday with 7th-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, and a 20-year-old Jamestown man was charged with unlawful possession of marijuana following a traffic stop on East 2nd Street. According to New York State Police, Michael Segura Pace of Jamestown was pulled over for a loud exhaust. While troopers were speaking to him and his passenger, Dylan Mescal of Panama, they noticed marijuana inside the vehicle. That led to a search, which led to more drugs, which led to charges. The pair are both scheduled to appear in the City of Jamestown court later this month. Sports. Do we have to? The Buffalo Sabres and Philadelphia Flyers traded goals throughout a period and a half of hockey at KeyBank Center Tuesday night. Then the game got away from Buffalo. In the end, the Sabres fell to Philly 6-3, despite Jack Eichel scoring his 17th and 18th of the year, and Evander Kane netting an impressive 24th of the 2016-2017 season. The Sabres next play Friday when they visit Columbus at 7 p.m. The Rochester Red Wings will kick off baseball season with their first ever Baseball's Back Bash from 4 to 7 p.m. March 31st at Frontier Field. The free event will coincide with the opening of the Red Wings ticket office for the 2017 season. In addition, the Wings will hold national anthem auditions for opening day during the bash. The event will feature food, drinks, fun, and prizes with Zweigel's food truck at the ballpark serving up free Zweigel's products, $2 beers, and $1 soda or water available for all fans, inflatables for the kids, and more. The award-winning Think So Joe show is live on All Western New York Radio at 6 p.m. Don't miss it. But if you do, we'll podcast it later. Voting continues for Western New York's Best Reuben contest in the All Western New York Awards. Nominations continue through 11:59 p.m. Thursday. Then we start voting. Okay, that's the news. For All Western New York News and Radio, I'm Scott Leffler. Have a great day. And don't blow away.